Hi, so today I'm going to talk about pretty privilege and the punishment of it. So I wrote, pretty privilege is the idea that people who are perceived as physically attractive often receive social advantages that others do not. Research in psychology and sociology has found that attractive people are sometimes judged more positively, are more likely to be hired, receive lighter social scrutiny in some situations, and are often assumed to possess other desirable traits, a phenomenon related to the halo effect. Now, being in a hospital where there were very attractive people, they definitely did not get handed to HR or anything like that. It would always be swept under the rug if they were either racist or if they just got your order wrong and gave you pig instead of regular toast, grilled cheese. Anyway, when people talk about the punishment of pretty privilege, they're usually referring to the downsides that can accompany those advantages. Okay, so for me, I was really skinny when I went into the psych ward, and they put me on a first generation, or is it third generation? One of those two. It's a very old drug, and I was like, I'm fine. And I tried everything to not gain weight. I would go to the gym every day. I would eat healthy. I would go to bed early. But it all made me really depressed, because every time I ate just one thing that was a bit sugary or maybe a bit dense in food, I would gain weight. Thank you, Ciprexa. Okay, so I definitely have faced pretty privileged punishment. Okay, so there's objectification, jealousy or resentment, stereotyping, boundary violations, pressure to maintain appearance, difficulty being taken seriously. I think one of the most scariest things about pretty privilege is objectification. Right, so you're growing up, you don't really know you're attractive or not. People treat you differently than when you were big or when you were skinny, and you can see the difference. Or maybe people are just generally good people and they will talk to anyone and not judge. Not be skinny phobic or fat phobic, or if there's even I just have to be honest. I wasn't the only one that faced scrutiny for being skinny in the ward. It's a very niche, predictable outcome. You give the medication, you wait, they gain weight, and then you take them off it. It's pure evil. There's a lot of shallowness in this world, and people can, have autonomy over their own bodies. I feel like I've been through a lot that I know now wasn't okay. And, just because you have power or you work in a ward with like-minded people, it doesn't mean that you can harm someone for no reason. I've been very angry in the past because of things that have happened to me in the night time. You know what, that Kanye song, night shift, see you in the morning, or whatever that, and then he escapes from an MRI. I should have escaped from an MRI, if I'm honest with you. So many tests I've had done. I'm just I'm perplexed, I'm scared, I don't I almost died last year, so I don't really give a fuck anymore, but sometimes you just have to calm down and see that at least you're allowed to go out whenever, instead of being stuck in the hospital in your 20s, which sucks. I missed out on a lot of opportunities to travel. I traveled this year actually for the first time in a long time. Actually, no, was that last year? No, it was this year. I don't know, like, people think, I don't know how to describe it, but because like you're, I don't want to talk about it like too much, but if you're pretty in a psych ward and you've like caused harm to someone, I don't think the police care. Maybe they hang out with the police. I don't really know if any of them are dating a police officer to get them out of the situation, but it got to a point where I was like, stop being fake, stop being fake, and just realize that like what's going on isn't okay. But there was a time actually where this man kept talking to me and I was ignoring him because he's a bit creepy. It's like the days I'm trying to they're like, how's your day, like what are you gonna do? I'm like, I'm gonna try to eat healthy. He would like make toast, like grilled cheese was every time I said that. Sometimes I would not go, sometimes I would, but the days I didn't go, they would like be like, are you anorexic? And I'm like, you're trying to make me fatter. Anyway, he was following me to my room. He was going, excuse me. I was like, I don't want to talk to you. Like, how do you have so much privilege that you can talk to me? I don't know, like I have a bit of an inflated ego sometimes. I don't know, maybe it's like manic, but that day I was like, I don't want to talk to anyone. So I was going to my room and he was like, hey, no, not in my room. He was like trying to talk to me, hey, like I owed him something. And then this nurse stopped him and was like, hey, leave her alone. That was the first time a patient was helped by a nurse, and me being the patient and the nurse. I do actually like grateful for that, because there was this one time where, what am I gonna call this, like story time? One dark period where I was left alone with like a lot of like male nurses and social-esque workers, yeah, people that have like a bachelor and then the other, and then the nurses. It's confusing, but what I'm trying to say is that they left us with the men and they were like laughing, and I thought like it was like the video that my ex took of me, and I don't know, they were looking at me a bit strange and they were quite violent too. Okay, so like there's this person in the ward who kept like saying bad things to me, and honestly, if you hear bad things enough, you become very ill and you feel like you have to go. He was very I'm gonna edit that out. Anyway, bye.